nature abhors a vacuum. We are spiritual beings, and we can't not be spiritual. And so with, an abandonment of traditional Christianity, there has come along a plethora of aberrant spiritual practices, right? Women go down to the spa to go, to spend an afternoon in the spa. They're offered a Reiki treatment, right? And what's a Reiki treatment? Well, we're going to raise your energy level. Well, this is occult, right? This is no basis in science, and they will try to convince you that there is. Well, we're going to use particular crystals, or this person is a trained and licensed, down the street in Michigan is one of the great, where I live, is one of the great training offices of Reiki, right, in North America. So they will use pseudo-scientific language to make it look like this is a rational, sensible thing. But when, in actual fact, this is an act of the occult. But the abandonment of religion, right? So the abandonment of Christianity and a Christian worldview, right? That gave you not just a relationship with God, but a moral compass, a spiritual compass. That you were catechized, you were formed in school, you were formed by your parents, your neighbors, and so forth. That you knew how to conduct, and there were things that that's a wicked thing. I've been taught about that. I am not going to participate in it. Kids today don't have that, right? Go on Amazon, type in Ouija board, right? See all the hits that come up. Start reading some of the comments. You have parents getting this for their kids, grandparents getting these games for their grandkids, saying, I wanted to spook them out and tie them up for the night during their sleepover, and this thing was hours of fun for them. And they were saying they were contacting with genuine spirits. And then
someone's watching right now who has a Ouija board or tarot cards. What do they do with them?
Burn them. Get rid of them. Go to confession. Confess your sins to the Lord. Amend your life. Right? Get rid of the sin out of your life. Then walk with the Lord. You walk with the Lord, you obtain his blessing, his benefit. You don't walk with him, you don't. And that's just the way it is.
I've heard that the demons are particularly frightened of the Theotokos.
Absolutely. Yeah. The Mother of God is, and more women get possessed than men, and by far.
Interesting. I had that assumption. I also have the assumption, which might be incorrect, that more women are using tarot cards than men. But I don't know if that's true.
In my experience, it absolutely is true. Men will do other things in terms of the occult, but it really comes down to how men and women are made up. Men will commit more sexual sins than women. Women have a penchant for manipulation, right? When a woman in her weakness, right, a woman's ugliness will often show up in a desire to manipulate,
right,
and control, and behind the scenes.
And because she can't men manipulate by being physically violent, perhaps, but a woman can't do that, and so has to manipulate emotionally.
That's right. That's right. Right. So yeah, there's the demon that came in through the tarot cards, but then there's the turning towards the tarot cards and what was beneath that, right? That also has to be treated, right? And then beyond that, more primal to that is, where are you at in your life? Donna, why do you feel about yourself the way you do? That has to be treated. So it's not just about the use of the tarot card. It's what were the conditions that led to that coming about, right? Like you need some pastoral care, right? The demons are usually a very small part of this ministry. A bigger part of the ministry is getting you into a place of health. And that involves getting an assessment of you. Like, where are you at? Learning about you. Why do you function the way you do? Why are you seeking the kinds of things you seek? What has led to that? So that is far more time consuming, right? Is putting somebody into a place where they can obtain healing and life. It's one thing to get rid of the demons. It's another thing to keep them out. So if you don't do that pastoral care, guess what? They're going to go back out with that weakness, and they don't know a different way to act. And so they're going to be acting the way that they know how to act. And they might be well-intentioned as you or I are, but they don't know a better way to act. Guess what? They're in trouble again. And now they're back in front of you. They need an exorcist again. So to protect your work, there has to be a tending of the sheep, right? When I was in Texas, it was wonderful because, gosh, we had, I was at a church where a lot of people, most people in that church had walked away from very hard living in their lives. A lot of the congregation, and these were people on fire for Jesus. They were wonderful, beautiful people. Many of them had criminal records. Many of them were drug dealers, gangbangers, and reformed. But, to do this ministry, they were great because I could call up a couple and say, look, I have this person here. I have Susie here. And Susie is in a bad place and I'm helping her get to a better place, but she needs some friends. Can you and Bert pick her up every Tuesday night, take her to a movie, right? Take her to dinner afterwards. And then I would call up a different guy. Thursdays, can you make sure that she goes shopping, right? Take her shopping with you. Then on the week, always somebody would be there to pick her up for church on Sunday. And shortly after, as long as you weren't outright manifesting in the church, you were given a job immediately. So Susie has a job, even if it's just slinging coffee. So she feels important. I'm contributing here to this parish community. Now, you know what? She's learning what love is. She's learning what redemption is. She's seeing people who are on fire. She's seeing people maybe for the first time in her life, they're not taking advantage of me. And they don't want something from me. Right? They're just offering. So that would be equal to everything in terms of healing. I just came from hell. I want to live like these people, right? And that was so healthy. It was so healing.
Hey, thank you so much for watching. Before you go, do us a favor, leave a comment, let us know what you thought of the video, like, and subscribe.